This coming Sunday at the Ellis Thomas Downs Racetrack in Tortola, the first ever official Triple Crown will get on the way, with the first of 3 legs being held in Tortola this coming Sunday. Leg number 2 will be held in St. Croix on Sunday the 19th, and the third leg will be held in St. Thomas on the 18th of March to determine who will be the best horse in the Virgin Islands. I spoke with Dean Isles out of St. Croix, representing the Flamboyant Horse Race Association in the Randall Doc James Racetrack. Ellis first spoke about the significance of the Triple Crown and his team being here in the British Virgin Islands.
Yeah, well, we're glad to know that this come a reality, because we've been doing this for a while. Between like a few horsemen might take his horse there, and the next horseman might take his next horse there. Now it's good to see how it's like an organized thing, you know what I mean?
What do you think made a difference? So finally the guys decided to take it to all the 3 nations and make it a proper, prestige, organized Triple Crown.
Well, I think, we've been doing it for a while, and the native them been doing it, like the native horses that are bred in the Virgin Islands, been doing it for a little minute, you know what I mean? So, like, most of the guys them see, we've been competing among each other for the longest while, and without getting like the best horses all the time in the race, you know what I mean? So, like, they decided that we're going to create something like this.
Dean Isles then walked me around the stables to view the top horses here in the BVI.
We have a political reporter. He's going to be representing St. Croix in the Triple Crown. We have SLevin. He's going to be our next contender in the Triple Crown. And with them 2 horses there, we bring 2 horses that is actually the best horses on St. Croix. Since coming to the Virgin Islands, he broke 2 records. I mean, in the second start, he was able to break the 7.5 furlong. And in the 4th start on Christmas, second day, Boxing Day, he'd be able to break the mile and an 8th record by 2 seconds, or almost 2 seconds.
When we're talking about great horses, we talk about great athletes, the Usain Bolt, we talk about great, people like Muhammad Ali, talk about great horses, obviously the name expectation has to come out of your mouth. Yeah, I'm sure you'll agree with that. For sure. How would you rate SLevin on that level of greatness?
From 1 to 10?
Sure.
8.
You give him an 8. So he is pretty much coming up to the level of expectation.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a high quality horse.
Yes.
Okay, good. And what is the feel? What was the feeling of the people in St. Croix when they heard you were coming over this weekend to bring SLevin, your top horse?
In St. Croix, he's a 10, a perfect 10. You know what I mean? But you don't know if you're going to in the whole Virgin Islands, you're going to have to rate him as performance level, and he ain't really reached to that performance level of expectation, which is 19 straight. It's going to be hard to do.
I next spoke with Ira Colwood, who introduced me to Choice's Sweet Sight and told me a bit about the horse.
Well, the Sweet Sight is a little young upcoming star, you know what I mean, out of the Virgin Islands, Gillen, 5 years old, you know. I was trying a little thing with him, try to make something out of him, you know.
Okay. What was it that when you first got the horse, or what attracted you to even buy him? Let's go there from there. What made you feel that he was going to be a good horse?
Well, I know he was a good horse from the time he came to the Virgin Islands, but somehow we just weren't really performing. But now I get him now, it's a whole different ball game now, you know.
So obviously there's something that you saw that others didn't, and you've been able to get the best out of him.
Well, that's what they make a trainer, you know, when you go correct somebody's mistake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Again, obviously a question that always comes up. The racetrack we have here in the British Virgin Islands, how do you feel that your horse will handle the smaller track?
Well, he done run here already, so he familiar with the track, and so he don't got no problem with the surface. It's a nice track, though.
Finally, I spoke with the owner of Taskmaster, Ralston Vanderpool, out of St. Thomas, who began his career here in the BVI as a jockey with Ellis Thomas.
Well, I was a jockey once, many years ago up here. I still hold the record up here with a whole race card them years, you know. With Ellis, I used to work for him like War Queen, and I was so I'm really familiar with these race tracks up there.
So you really, it's like coming back home a bit for you, really?
Right, you know, that's my town up here, you know. But I stopped riding and start training horses now.
All right, well, tell us a bit about what horse you have here today, the reason why you brought him, and how you think he's going to do.
Okay, I bring Taskmaster up here. He's a horse I've been here for a couple of times, but I bought him from my own. So it's the first time I bring him up here to that old one.
So it's the first time that you are bringing Taskmaster as you being the owner of the horse.
Right.
Why do you feel that obviously you feel he's going to do well. Why do you feel Taskmaster will do well this weekend in the races?
Well, he's been improving a lot, so I want to adventure out and see what he do outside St. Thomas track. So I decided to bring him up here with a big day with the Triple Crown.
Ralston Vanderpool also had a few final words to say about the Triple Crown.
Well, first of all, right, I have to say that the guys who take over the track have this great idea of all the 3 items come together and make a big race to see which one is the best horse in the Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands. So they decided to run a Triple Crown. So 3 out, the best 3. 1 in St. Thomas and 1 in St. Croix and 1 in Tortola. So we start in the first leg in Tortola, which will be a mile. Then we go to St. Croix, right? And then we come back to St. Thomas. So the best horse until after we reach the St. Thomas race.
One of the main horses in the Triple Crown, Diablo Fire, was the final horse that Ralston Vanderpool took me to view. Not surprisingly, his owner had padlocked the stables, and we were forced to view him from behind bars. Vanderpool spoke about Diablo Fire's success and his prospect of this Sunday's huge race.
First of all, Diablo Fire is a very good horse. He went to St. Croix and he beat SLevin last time he went over there. And then he went for a rematch against SLevin, beat him again. So his showdown is in Tortola right now. So he'll be 1-1 now.
It's going to be one.
So you're tiebreaker now.
The tiebreaker, and of course, with that tiebreaker, you have other horses in there as well. So it's gonna be a huge race.
Right.
It's gonna be a huge race.
We're expecting good things from him. So, like I said again, you have speed in that race. So we have to look how we can get adapt to that race. Right.
Okay. Do you think Diablo Fire will have problems on our track?
No, he's been up here already. He's been up here already.
Of course, yes, of course.
So he knows this track, so he's not problem.
So all the horses that are here, basically, the bottom line is that they all know the track.
Yeah, except SLevin, which is...
Of course, SLevin. SLevin is his first one. So besides SLevin, but then again, when I spoke to the St. Croix trainer, he said SLevin is a warrior, and anywhere he goes, he runs well.
Right, because he's bred to run, so don't care what track he's on.
He's going to run.
He's on run.
For JTV, I am Paul on the ball. Do be a great sport.